Okay, so today's video is going to be a heal your soul, pick a card, tarot reading, and we're gonna use one of my all-time, if not my absolute favorite, oracle deck, and it's Heal Yourself Reading Cards by Ina Segal. Not only are the pictures like gorgeous, I've just never felt so connected to a deck before, and it really is about healing your soul and maybe some trauma that you are still holding on to from the past, which we all do. So, it's there. Don't lie to yourself and say it's not. Something traumatic has happened to you in your life. That's just the nature of being a human. But anyways, so I was originally going to do what are they thinking, pick a card reading, but I believe it was my spirit guides were just pulling me towards this deck. And then I found the Work Your Light Oracle cards, and I was, just looking through it, because it's been a minute since I've used it, and just the messages, felt so connected to the Heal Yourself cards that I'm like, no, that's what we're going to do. So the Work Your Light Oracle deck is the Rose deck, which I love, because my middle name is Rose. Then in the middle, pile number 2 is the Oracle of the Moon cards, which I'm also very connected to because I am a Cancer and we are ruled by the moon. And then the Angel Tarot deck is number 3, which I'm also drawn to. That's probably why I bought all these decks, because I'm drawn to them in some way. But yeah, so let's jump into pile number 1. So first we're gonna pull from the Heal Yourself deck. The only downside to this deck is these cards are ridiculously huge. It's so hard to shuffle them. And then I'm going to attempt to put them on that little display stand there. Don't know how that's gonna work, but we will find out. It might get taken off the table halfway through the video. Okay, so today's video, this is for pile number 1, and we are going to be uncovering what needs to be healed within yourself. We have card number 5, sadness. And 5, it's about change. So, sadness. It's easy to swallow your sadness and hide behind a fake smile, yet sadness can open the door to your heart and help you access compassion. When you can truly allow yourself to cry and feel sorrow over the loss of a loved one, a lost opportunity, a broken heart, or a friendship that's ended, you cleanse your soul and allow your heart to heal. Crying and feeling vulnerable can be a sign of strength, which demonstrates your connection to your body. I'm hella strong then. To admit weakness can allow you to know yourself, embrace your limitations, and evolve. Be willing to let go of the cold walls of protection you have created, which make you feel empty and sick. You don't need to get lost in your emotions, just give yourself time to feel them and let them move through your whole being, cleansing and purifying your heart, body, and soul. Okay. Let's see what else needs to be healed. I definitely I feel like it's something I'm kind of just dealing with every day, and it's just being so sad and putting on a fake smile. But, because something hasn't been fully healed. Okay, we have number 3, dreams. Oh my god, look how gorgeous that picture is. Like, it just, like, looks like Cersei to me. It's just like this ethereal being next to this animal of strength. So even though she's so like gentle and vulnerable, she's connected to that strength. Your dreams may provide you with important details about your current health issues or a creative idea you need to action to make your desires manifest. Dreams can also give you clues about what is challenging you emotionally. Sometimes your loved ones who have passed over or people you have lost touch with connect to you while you sleep and offer valuable messages that can give you peace of mind or the strength to persist through a challenging situation. Take note of both the dark and the light aspects of your dream. In particular, pay attention to any recurring dreams, as they often have significant meaning or wisdom that can help you. So my aunt is actually a medium, and her first conversation was about messages she had for me from my father, who passed when I was 2. But she's told me before that my dad has told her he's going to try to talk to me and connect with me in my dreams. Have any recurring dreams? That is definitely a huge sign as to what needs to be healed within you, what that, really like big trauma is that is still affecting your subconscious. I don't think I've ever pulled this card before. Number 32, Phoenix Rising. So we got number 5 first, sadness. 32, 3 plus 2 is 5. All right, let me see what this is all about. Is a waxing crescent for self-love. Card number 6. So, but before I talk about this, I am just seeing that nothing in your life is really going right. And of course, that makes you sad because I know that that's not the life that you have envisioned for yourself. And you're like, what is going on? Why is everything like this? But know that you will rise from the ashes, and you are so strong, and being vulnerable also makes you strong. Don't forget that. And being able to feel those emotions and heal from that is beautiful. And I can imagine, when I was actually at a point in my life where this was the case, and I didn't realize how important self-love would be to changing all that. I would always hear, oh yeah, you need confidence, you need to love yourself. And I'd be like, that's bullshit. Like, nobody loves themselves. And when I did the work, and it was very hard and took a long time, and finally, took the steps to accept myself and then love myself, it was crazy how many things in your life start to go right. Self-love. Radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of self. Sometimes we feel we are not enough. Sometimes we are even told we are not enough for our own voice, the voices of others in our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we chose to do, not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. As a result, all of this makes us not love ourselves enough. Please just stop, put your blinkers on, breathe, be with yourself. Know that this comparison craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change, if anywhere or anything, for your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from the inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness in self-measure. Okay, so next we have Waxing Crescent 2, Acceptance. Come on now. But that kind of goes with self-love. First you have to accept yourself, and then you can begin to love yourself. Acceptance of the current situation is the first step to change. When we examine our lives and engage in some truth-telling, we are often confronted with what really is. The realization is powerful, but we often reject this truth if it is too hard to bear, or we are afraid of accepting something so difficult. Each of us at some time has dodged our blind spots and then had the illumination of what actually is eventually confront us. What we do next is crucial. Do we accept exactly where we are, no matter how painful or confronting, or do we retreat back into our illusions and remain stuck or unchanging? Choosing to accept ourselves fully in the position we are in enables us to take that next step towards growth. Accepting where we are right now in its fullness allows us to also accept that there may be some chaos in our change before there is full order again. So, like the Phoenix Rising, a lot of the things that are going wrong sort of fall into place when you have that acceptance that you are where you are, and then start to love yourself. Okay, then we have Waxing Gibbous 4, Will. Decisions require action. You are in control of your own decisions in life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself at first and avoid placing your will over another's. Will feels like a very old-fashioned concept. In a modern world where it seems like everything is geared up to be as easy as possible, or there's always someone else to blame, the idea of placing our personal will persistently into something seems quaint. When we decide we are going to change something in our lives, let's say a particularly negative pattern or bad habit, breaking the old way we do things can be difficult. The change requires a concentration of our will. We may want the change, but it is our will that insists we stay on the path to that change. Contrary to popular belief in witchcraft traditions, practitioners do not interfere with another's free will. This means we do not cast spells upon people to influence their behavior. How do we get what we want instead? We cast on ourselves in line with our will, focusing carefully on what we would like in our lives instead. For example, instead of casting a spell to get back our ex-boyfriend who doesn't want us by influencing his will to love us again, we more ethically cast upon ourselves for our ideal partner. This way we don't interfere with his free will, and if the ex is our ideal partner, he will return to us freely. So, making these changes takes intention and takes will. In order for me to fully accept and love myself, I had to actively put an effort into it. Read books, do workbooks, journal, everything I could. I had positive affirmations written down and hung up on my wall. It really takes will to change these things. Okay, so now we're going to go on to we have Align Your Life. When your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are, we are cyclic beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are, to surrender to how we have changed and align a life to that way of being. If you pulled this card, you are being called to let go of what you once were or the things that you once defined yourself by, the job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now, to courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity, to embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it's time to reassess and bring all of the parts of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you are today. So I'm definitely noticing another theme here, and that is being who somebody else thinks you should be, or putting other people's opinions before your own. And when I didn't have that acceptance and that self-love of myself, I didn't trust my own opinions of myself, and I didn't trust my decisions. So I did the things that I thought I should do, and that may be another thing that is causing some chaos in your life. And once you start to ask, you may not know what you really want, and so it's easier to just do what you think you should be doing. But when you take the time to really ask yourself, what makes me happy, what do I want, and stop worrying about what you should do, you become in alignment with your soul. Okay, then we have the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? There is a shift happening right now where anything inauthentic can no longer survive. Relationships, jobs, social structures, anything built on shaky ground is destined to tumble down. It's happening to bring you back home to who you truly are, so you can live a life that is in alignment with who you truly are. When you're in the thick of it, it can feel like a personal attack from the universe. Have faith, because the difficult times will be your defining moments. You will be reborn in the fire. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. It's just like the phoenix rising. You are being called to surrender, to stop trying to hold it all together, to loosen your grip, to let the crumbling occur. It may be difficult at first, but in the end, the sooner you let go, the sooner the rebirthing will occur. What are you trying to hold on to? What are you doing your best to avoid? How are you trying to pretend everything is okay? You have what it takes to allow what is falling away to tumble and fall. Once the tower has crumbled, you will be able to rebuild your home on solid ground with mighty foundations and a view that is so magnificent that it will take your breath away each morning. So yes, you're definitely not living your authentic life, and figuring out why that's happening and starting to embrace your authentic self and your authentic life is how your soul needs to be healed. And then we have the Pleiades. So you could definitely be a starseed. Oh, and I even said that before. I had a past life as a Pleiades. The Pleiadians are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnating on Earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul who has a double mission, to grow at a soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. If you have been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work in the third dimension. Thank you for doing your part in the great plan. So if you're someone who's maybe felt like writing or doing something, sharing yourself in some way, but didn't have the confidence or the self-love to do so, maybe that is part of being your authentic self and living your authentic life. Okay, so let's draw some tarot to see how you can begin to heal your soul and these traumas that you are dealing with. So first we're going to see how these are affecting how the trauma is affecting your life. Oh my gosh, these cards are all stuck together. Five of Cups. Sadness. So your lack of self-love and acceptance is what is that causing you to have that underlying sadness at all times. You feel like just something is missing inside of your soul. And like I said before, you just really need to take the time and set the intention and do the work of learning to love yourself. And being alone is definitely a critical part of that process. I was someone who used to be very codependent, and it was because if I was in a relationship, I couldn't focus on myself. I wanted to avoid myself at all costs. So I would just go from relationship to relationship. And it wasn't until, I had to hit rock bottom before I realized something had to change. And then I started my, self-discovery process. All right, how can you heal? Queen of Cups. Sensitivity. So, the Queen of Cups is actually the INFJ card, and I'm an INFJ. So being empathetic to yourself, embracing your emotions, the Queen of Cups is a master of her emotions. So embracing them, actually feeling them, writing them down, and then letting them go will help release some of that sadness and those feelings that are buried deep inside. If you notice, we have 2 Cups cards, so it's all about the emotions. King of Wands, leadership. You are someone who is meant to be a leader, but you notice leaders are someone who's confident, someone who's sure of themselves, someone who doesn't doubt their intuition or their decisions. And that is what you are meant to be, but these traumas have to be healed before you can take on that leadership role. All right, group number 1, I hope that this helped you in some way, resonated with you. If it did, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, God bless. Okay, group number 2. First, we are going to be drawing from the Heal Yourself Oracle cards to find out what healing needs to occur in your soul. We have self-sabotage. Now is the time to stop procrastinating and cease focusing your energy on why you are unworthy of wonderful, enriching experiences. When you connect to the saboteur archetype, you begin to recognize all the ways you pass up interesting opportunities in relationships which could make you grow, learn, evolve, and become fulfilled. The saboteur is terrified of change. And guards your heart from that which is meaningful to you, with the misguided belief that if you don't try, you can't fail. It forgets that if you don't escape from your comfort zone, you cannot succeed and experience the love and joy which would fulfill you. On the lighter side, the saboteur can help you connect to your intuition and help you listen to your deeper wisdom. It can assist you in deciphering a potentially dangerous situation from an exciting one. So I used to be like this. If you don't attempt to do something, you can't fail at it. So you find reasons or excuses not to pursue something. And it's from fear. It's pure fear. And if you really look at it, you realize you can attempt the things that you want to do. You just have to find that courage within yourself. All right, let's pull another card. Okay, we have healing. If you are experiencing stress, feeling overwhelmed, and suffering ailments in your body, or feel exhausted and depressed, it means your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body wants you to start treating it in a more loving manner and listening to the messages it is sending you. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you are avoiding or suppressing. Healing takes time. It is a process. Your first step towards creating a safe, loving, supporting environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom. So if you are someone who always puts the needs of others before yourself, and that is a great way to self-sabotage, because if you feel like, oh, I have to do all these things for other people, you're never going to be able to make time for yourself to do the things you want. That's a great self-sabotage defense mechanism. So the healing card is basically saying you need to focus on yourself and your healing and your goals in life. All right, let's get another one. We have victim consciousness. Yeah, if you're a victim, you definitely aren't going to be following your dreams because you're too busy being a victim. It's easy to think that life is unfair and point a finger at others. If you hear yourself saying life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me, I can't do what I want, etc., then you are losing your power, nourishing your victim aspect and ascertaining your place in the victim club. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. That's causing this self-sabotage. You need to build your internal confidence, self-worth, and courage. Get out of your comfort zone and work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life. The light side of the victim archetype is the victorious part, which can help you to hold on to your power without getting angry and attacking others. It can assist you to create healthy boundaries and set aside a place of honesty, integrity, compassion, and love. I definitely used to be someone who played into this archetype as well. And when you are blaming everything else, you fail to take any responsibility of what happens in your life. And when you don't take responsibility for anything that happens in your life, you don't believe anything you do can make a change. So you have to believe that you do have the power to affect your life and make a change. All right, now we're going to pull from the Queen of the Oracle cards. Okay, we have the Waning Gibbous. This is the Beauty card. Beauty is like medicine. It can heal even the most broken spirit. Beauty is everywhere in nature, just look. Beauty comes in many forms and we can choose to find it. I love how I look. Rid yourself of clutter and what you find disagreeable. One of the high needs in my life is that of beauty. I need to be exposed to what I find beautiful often to be at my best. You might find that a strange need, but it's far from uncommon, especially among creatives and artists. Beauty to me isn't lots of makeup or fancy skincare or society's current beauty ideal. For me, beauty is nature and having things I find beautiful in my environment. I look around me as I write and I can see the inky dark clouds racing across the violet sky and the birds riding the wind, and it's beautiful. One of the most important differences between the ancient pagan and the modern idea of beauty is that the old ways state there is a need for the core of the self to be developed and strengthened to enable and foster true beauty. This is an important two-way double punch, as there is a strong mind-body connection when it comes to both beauty and vitality. Real beauty is hypnotic, yet in reality has less to do with youth than it does with the spirit coming through the skin. So find things that you find beautiful and surround yourself with them. And that can be just one way of making a small change in your life by choosing things you and only you find beautiful and surrounding yourself with them to bring even like the smallest amount of joy into your life. Now we have waxing gibbous fear. Yeah. All this victim consciousness and self-sabotage is from fear. The time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. If there is one thing that stops people from fulfilling their dreams or even getting things done that they want done, it is fear. Experiencing fear is built in, a chemical part of the way our brain works to protect us. Emotions such as fear cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that give us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. There is a healthy kind of fear, the kind that warns us to keep out of a dangerous situation. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them, a fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on an outmoded experience or something that is buried so deep we only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself. Fear has many names. Covert ones are envy, jealousy, codependence, procrastination, bullying, people-pleasing, disconnection. More overt ones are avoidance, fear of failure, or fear of success. There is, however, a kind of antidote to fear, and it is courage. Fear will put up its initial resistance to courage, but it has no real long-term power against it. The process isn't always graceful, it isn't always impressive because it may be slow and deliberate steps we take. Taking these steps isn't always easy. It isn't always apparent to others, so it should be about us measuring how far we have come and not worrying about what anyone else thinks. Comparison is useless. Courage is powerful no matter what form it takes. So I was talking about this earlier, how this self-sabotage comes from fear that you may fail. So figure out what negative beliefs you have that are based in fear. I'm not good enough. I am not talented. I wouldn't be able to accomplish that. And recreate new positive beliefs. Write them down. I am talented. I am worthy of love and success. And hang them up around your room. That's what I used to do. I'd write positive affirmations down and hang them up around, surround myself with them and read them. All right, now from the Work Your Life Oracle cards. Oh, wow. We have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Yeah, I know, it's going to fall. You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. Wow. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have towards answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it's not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light then, as uncomfortable as they might be, it's actually a sign that you're on the right track. I mean, I don't have much more to say about that. That just perfectly aligns with everything we've been talking about. And you are that warrior woman. You just haven't realized it yet and are letting the fear win. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Okay. You are more held than you could possibly imagine, loved and cherished so dearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of your goodness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You have got this, and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. And I think that goes perfectly with the healing card from earlier. Okay. This was not a good idea. At least I tried. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yes, that's exactly what needs to happen. The chain needs to be broken. You are being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that is no longer serving you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often they are not even ours to begin with, but we do not know another way of being, so we continue playing out the drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You are being guided now to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. Most likely, these traumas and these ways of being, the victim consciousness, the self-sabotage, people-pleasing, putting other people first, were instilled in you as a child from someone in your family because of the way they were raised and the way they were raised and on. But someone needs to break the chain, and that person is you. All right, so let's draw another work your light card. We have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You are heaven and earth in perfect expression, a conduit for the light of the heavens to the earth. You are the rainbow bridge. Take time to meditate. Imagine yourself as a pillar of light connecting the light of the heavens above with the earth. As the light shines through each of your chakras, you activate the rainbow bridge that many ancient scriptures speak about, raising your vibration and the vibration of the planet, linking the higher realms of the cosmos, guides, angels, and spirit with the ancient wisdom keepers and beings of planet Earth. They dance together through you. They sing together through you. Without your body, voice, and creations, neither can be expressed. For too long, we've been taught that God is outside of us, giving away our power to angels and spirit guides. But without you, they do not have a voice. You are the oracle. Do not look for guidance outside, for you hold all of the wisdom of the entire universe in the portal of your heart, in every cell of your body. Do not see the angels and guides as above you, for without you, they have no way of communicating. You are the oracle. You are the rainbow bridge. You are the pillar of light. And that just kind of, reiterates the message that don't listen to anybody else's opinions about you or what they think you should do with your life. Listen to yourself, to your intuition. You are that starseed. You are that light. You know your path, and only you. All right, let's draw some tarot to see how these traumas are affecting your current life and how you can heal them and things you can do that will help. So first we're going to draw a card to see how this is affecting your life currently. The Page of Swords, gossip. So maybe you are someone who does gossip as a way to, by putting someone else down, that makes you feel better about yourself. Or this could be talking about gossip from other people that you shouldn't be listening to, other people's opinions, other people's values, other people's beliefs. You really have to ask yourself, what are my beliefs, my values? Now we are going to draw some advice. In what ways can you heal? In what areas of your life? The Ace of Wands, inspiration. So maybe this will spark an idea, or it's an idea you've already had. And once you start to build that confidence, this inspiration will turn into goals, and then you can start to take action to achieve these goals. But it doesn't start without that initial inspiration. Four of Pentacles, control. So this is the time for you to take control of your life and the direction that it's going, because you are the only one that can control what happens to you. Everyone else may have opinions, or you may be doing something that other people think you should be doing and think that, oh, I have to, because if I don't, my parents will be disappointed, or whatever the reason may be. But this is your life, and you need to start taking action to make it your authentic one. Resistance. Let's see. Familiarize yourself with how resistance manifests for you, the overt and the covert. If you continue to have doors slammed in your face, turn around. There will normally be an open door. Procrastination is just another kind of fear. Move forward with confidence and persistence. Oh my gosh, it even says, I flow through resistance and I am in control. There are two kinds of resistance. The first type we encounter when we keep getting obstacles placed in our way, or our way is blocked. For example, we try to get a particular job in a particular field, but no matter what we do, it doesn't happen. This is external or covert or overt resistance. Covert resistance, which occurs when we say we really want to do or complete something but feel resistance not to, is somewhat sneakier. All forms of procrastination fit in here. Writer's block being a classic example. We want to do something but get distracted and don't do it, or we just can't seem to engage our will enough. That is covert resistance. When we want to get rid of a bad habit, an addiction, or an old pattern, in fact, anything we are thinking of releasing for the dark moon and feel resistance in doing so, we have a big dose of covert resistance. But we must battle the second kind of resistance like we would battle a crafty and terrible enemy. We must raise our shields and sharpen our swords and have a strategy to remove the resistance. In fact, we must flow through it. It's a battle we might have to fight more than once, but we will be resilient and vigilant and fight it we will. For when we win, and we will win, the rewards are great. Why do we resist the things we say we want? Sometimes we don't really want those things. Most times, though, we are frightened about what might happen if we do get what we asked for. What will people think? Will we lose our friends and family if we fries? Will it all be for nothing if we try and fail? We must be willful and we must have courage. We must repeat to ourselves, this is what I really want for me. Yes, I am worth it. So, yeah, it's just talking about, yeah, you have that inspiration, but you are self-sabotaging and creating this resistance to actually going forward towards it. So let that resistance go. All right, guys, that is group number 2. I hope that helped in some way or it resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. All right, bye. Okay, pile number 3. We are going to be drawing from the Heal Yourself Oracle deck and find out what the soul trauma you have that needs to be healed, or traumas. Okay, that one jumped out. We have number 26, letting go. You are being challenged to change your point of view and recognize that this particular relationship has run its course. Although you might be afraid to let go, the universe has a new opportunity for you, which will allow you to experience the kind of passion and satisfaction you have always dreamed of. Saying goodbye is never easy and can make you feel like you are a failure. You must not allow yourself to be persuaded by other people or your own doubts to keep holding on. Focus on opening your heart to a new opportunity. Leave the baggage of past mistakes behind you. It is important that during the letting go process you are gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to have alone time, write, meditate, paint, sing, dance. Do whatever you can to heal and let go of the pain that is holding you back. Recognize that your spirit is beckoning you to grow. So this may be talking about a specific relationship you're in right now or that has ended and you're having difficulty letting go of that, or this could be talking about relationships in general. I know I used to, because I was codependent and I needed these relationships for my self-esteem, it was so hard for me to let go. But I didn't realize then that these people were not serving my highest good, because I wasn't living a life that wasn't in alignment with my soul, so I wasn't attracting the right people for me. Okay, let's draw another one. Oh wow, that one definitely jumped out. We have Take Off Your Masks, number 11. Stop trying to appear different to who you really are. It's time to take off your mask and be the real you. You cannot get the love and attention you are craving by pretending to be someone you are not. Why are you so frightened to be honest with yourself and others? Do you feel that you will lose friends and opportunities by showing others your imperfections, fears, and vulnerabilities? Are you constantly doing things to please others even if doing this does not work for you? This card indicates that you need time to get to know yourself and what is important in your life. If you have an incredible talent, believe in yourself. Don't hide your greatness because others feel envious or resentful. Remember, every great leader had people who loved them and believed in them, as well as those who doubted and disliked them. When I was younger, like I was saying before, I was codependent and needed to be in a relationship. So I would mold myself to be who I thought this person wanted me to be or needed me to be. And you may be doing the same thing, and you may be putting other people and their needs before yourself and not being able to say no, being a people pleaser, even if you don't want to be doing these things, because you're afraid to show your true authentic self. And that comes from not truly loving yourself. So those are definitely some lessons I think your soul may need to work on. They were definitely lessons I had to work on. Alright, let's pull another card. We have number 13, rejection. Yeah. When you're someone who's codependent, rejection is the worst possible thing, because Your self-esteem is based on that external love from the other person in the relationship, and when that's gone, you have nothing because you don't have that inner self-love. Use rejection to grow, expand, and build yourself. Feeling rejected can disconnect you from your heart and soul and immobilize you. Rather than buying into rejection, focus on how you can grow, learn, and improve from your experiences. If you are a writer and you send your articles or book to a publisher and they have rejected it, then try to hone your writing skills and then send your work out to several other publishers. Use that rejection as a motivating force to succeed. If a person that you have feelings for or felt a deep love towards has rejected you, then work on healing your heart and recognizing that there is someone out there who is more suited to you. Many people use rejection as an excuse to close down, become suspicious, guarded, and give up. Then they hurt and reject others. They hide behind rejection and never give themselves an opportunity to take a leap of faith and find their life, calling, and heal. By picking this card, you are being urged to hold yourself to a higher regard. Keep your heart open and trust that you have learned from your experiences and will not make the same mistakes again. And, a fear of rejection is definitely a reason to have a guard up and have this mask on because you're afraid of being rejected. Okay, now we're going to draw some cards from the Work Your Light deck. Alright, we have Don't Dim to Fit In. Yes, that was another thing. I'm a very intelligent person and I'm pretty successful. I'm a critical care nurse, and I would always tone down my intelligence or things that I had accomplished because I didn't want to emasculate the person I was in a relationship with. And I realized that, I was dimming my own light. Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding and you are part of the universe, so expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice, and slowly back away, they are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyways. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you or you make them uncomfortable, it's because you are shining light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too. Or not. Keep your light on anyways. All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves. That's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the proviso of, I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. And I think that's important to remember when you're having trouble letting go. Every relationship that ends or anything is meant to teach us a lesson. And I know it's so hard to see that lesson when you're hurt from rejection, but it will become clearer as time goes on and you start to heal from it. But when you're having difficulty in letting go and wanting to go back, try and look at what lessons were learned. Because you had a soul contract with that person, what was that contract meant to teach you? Because you don't recognize your self-worth right now, rejection is really hard for you because it's confirming the negative beliefs you already have about yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of love. And it's causing you to dim your light and trying to be someone that is not you, putting on these masks, doing everything you can to be accepted because you're afraid of showing your authentic self. But I guarantee you, your authentic self is so much better. And when you're your authentic self, you're going to attract people in your life who really compliment you and who are really meant for you. Okay, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Akasha exists in the fifth dimension and the library of souls. All soul contracts, histories, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points of our timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned, soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It's time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and in the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you've received, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. So they're talking about the Akashic Records. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically like a spiritual internet, and it has the records of all your past lives, of your current life, of the future. And before we incarnate onto Earth, we make soul contracts with our parents. We choose where we're going to live, our major relationships. And when we make soul contracts with other people, the contracts are made that we are going to help each other grow in some way or learn some lesson. So that your lessons here are to stop pretending to be someone else, accepting yourself, showing your true self, understanding your self-worth, loving yourself, not dimming your light, and realizing that if a relationship ends, it's because it wasn't meant to be, but some lesson was learned in that relationship. And I went through a lot of, really rough times when I was younger, and I had to hit rock bottom, and then I finally went on the path of self-discovery and loving myself. And all those experiences that happened before, all those relationships where I was treated so horribly, were brought into my life so that I would eventually realize that I deserved more and I was worthy of true love and of being accepted and living the life that I wanted. And following my dreams, having the courage to do that, and the confidence. Everything you are going through in your life right now is meant to happen, and it is preparing you for something great. Yes, it's all leading to your awakening. You are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you and at many levels. You are starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life, or even feeling Kundalini Shakti rise through your body from the base of your spine. The most important thing for this time is not to overthink it and stay grounded. Share your experiences with like-soul people while you consciously integrate them. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You are remembering and your soul gifts are emerging. During this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. Stay open to receiving them. Pulling this card may be a sign that you are here to birth one of these creations into the world, or perhaps you are being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Don't think too much about it. Instead, repeat the following work your light activation. So, when you are able to share your gifts and help other people in some way, that is what we are here on earth to do. And I feel like a lot of the lessons that I learned and experiences I went through I'm able to share them now and help other people who may be going through similar experiences. So right now you are shedding the old negative beliefs about yourself and the old relationships and learning to let go and awakening to your true purpose. Okay, we're going to pull some Oracle of the Moon cards. We have patience. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down, take your time. Things are happening, you just can't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. Patience is a kind of faith in foreseeing. We might see the seed, but we foresee the flower. We might see the books on the table, but we foresee the degree at the end if we read them. If we think physically, we might feel the pain of a hard workout, but foresee and have faith in the muscle and fitness levels we will build. Patience is a way of experiencing the process of fruition. For some of us, we choose what is quick and easy. We may choose activities we know we will be good at. These require no big process, no great challenge over time, and so no great achievement, even if we are good at them. More difficult is a kind of patience and mastery where the skills or learning take time to accrue, and this is where the beauty of patience is born. When we truly realize the power of patience, we understand the power of gaining something incredibly deep and embedded rather than the quick hit of instant gratification. There is great power in going slow. There is also the lifelong benefit of the power of trusting that you can hold a focus for a time for something big. So you may be wanting to do something but haven't acted on it because it's something that takes patience and takes time to grow. Or you may have started something and quit because you weren't seeing results quick enough. But if you do the work, it will eventually come over time. You just have to be patient and trust. Wisdom, yes. Wisdom comes with time. Wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something you aren't seeing and need to research more thoroughly. Wisdom is gathered, but it takes time. Learn from your experience. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you are uncertain. It is often said that the body has its own innate wisdom. If healthy, it just knows what to do and does what it needs to keep us alive and moving without thinking too much about it. Most of the time, we aren't aware of trying to keep our heart beating or breathing when we are asleep. Similarly, we have this innate reasoning system, intuition, that allows us to get answers or receive information without conscious thinking. It's the feeling or hunch of information or insight that is just there. Some people believe this is the wisdom we receive from the gods, the very spark of the divine voice that is left within us. This is a very old kind of wisdom that sits in a very old part of the brain. Then there is the gathering of knowledge and experience and what we discern and learn from this. If the result has acuity, if it is successful in the real world and good in sense and perception, it's most probably wise. The getting of wisdom takes time usually, and we can be impatient for it. We might cut corners and not see the role we take in our own poor decision making. To me, though, as modern people, we have millennia of wisdom to assist us. So yes, whatever it is you want to be doing, being successful and at it takes time, and be patient with the process. I know it's hard when you're not seeing results and you want to give up. Trust me, I've been there, but it will come. Full moon power. Step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who you are. Yes, the time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. Go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully you'll see the stars twinkling. If you are really lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way spilling across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakable in her glory and power. She moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. You are pure possibility, changing constantly, renewing and transforming. Take this moment to recognize that power and rejoice in it, for your next step is the precursor to your future self. Yes, you are learning who you really are and learning not to hide it and to show your light. And with that comes power. You are coming into your power. Okay, now I'm going to draw some tarot. And first we're going to see how these traumas are affecting your life currently. My camera's, well, my phone died actually, so it stopped recording. So, all right, we're going to do this again. So I'm going to be drawing tarot first we're going to see how these traumas have been affecting your life currently. So first we have the Ace of Cups, and it says the love. So basically what the Ace of Cups is saying is whatever emotional baggage you have to release and start living your life to the fullest. So like the aces are about new beginnings. So this is saying that you may have been hurt deeply or something may have happened, but this is a release, either emotional or spiritual or whatever you're going through, and you're turning over a new leaf, and there are new opportunities, new love, new relationships coming to you. This is a chance to put the past behind you. So next I actually had two cards that jumped out at the same time, and they are the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. So these are representing how you can heal these traumas. So the Hermit is all about introspection, and I feel like this is a time where you are going to take the time to be alone and to really truly get to know yourself. And you know, this is saying that you need time to understand yourself first before you're able to form a strong relationship with someone else. You need to understand who you are and what you truly want and become the best version of yourself so that you will attract someone with the same vibration. This is about your self-discovery journey, and I feel like that is what you're going through or you're going to be starting now. You're also going to be searching for guidance for what the next steps are, and that inner voice, that intuition will let you know what those steps are. And as far as the Nine of Wands, yes, you have gone through a lot. You could have been betrayed and are now mistrustful of others because of things that have happened. But this is a card that there is hope, and that belief is going to change. Even though you've undergone so many trials, your determination and will helped you overcome them. And it's basically saying that whatever troubles you faced, they are temporary. But I know you're tired, but your determination will get you through this. And so the future, the outcome, such a beautiful card, the Nine of Cups, and its blessings. So this is also known as the wish card. So whatever you're wishing for is going to come true. Oh wait, there was another card before that one. It was the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is basically saying, have patience. I know you have been through a lot, and it seems like what you want is never going to come. But with your determination and your patience, it brings this Nine of Cups energy into reality. It's saying that after a long journey, in the ups and downs you faced, you are going to find emotional satisfaction. I feel like this awakening and this journey that you're going through, it may take some time, but don't give up, because your blessings are coming. They are written in your soul's plan, but these lessons needed to be learned and overcome in order for you to put yourself on the right path and reach them. Alright guys, I hope that this reading helped you in some way and resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, God bless, and I'll see you later.